I want to share a story with you from a fellow salesperson that I've known for many, many years because it's always resonated with me. And that is a very simple example. Let's say that you walk up to somebody on the street and you ask them, would they like to buy a tire from you for $300? And they look at you like you're crazy. Like, why would I want to buy a tire from you? And especially, why would I spend $300 when I have 4 perfectly good tires on my car? It's ridiculous. I would never spend $300, and I'm not going to buy a tire from you for $300. Okay, makes sense. Now you're in the middle of the desert, and you come across somebody, and guess what? They have a flat tire, and they don't have a spare. And you want to sell that person a tire, and you're going to charge them $300. Well, truth be told, they would probably pay you $3,000 for that tire, because that tire could be the difference between life and death. Really, if you've ever driven across the desert, whether you've gone from LA to Las Vegas or to Phoenix, or whatever the case may be, and especially if you've done it between the months of, let's say, April and October, you realize that there's a stretch of land, whether you're on the 8 or the 10 or the 15 or any of those crossing freeways, that if you got stuck, it would be a really big problem. And so the $300 for the tire doesn't sound so ridiculous anymore, does it? So what's your job in sales? Is your job to necessarily sell the person on the value of the $300 tire? Or is your job to sell the person on the fact that they have a problem that's worth your $300 tire? And it gets back to looking at your role as part of the buying and selling process and thinking beyond the fact that you sell a product or that you sell a solution, and recognize more than anything else, you're selling a problem, and you're helping that buyer recognize that they have a problem that's getting in their way. If it's not necessarily life-threatening, it may be career-threatening, and it's definitely goal-threatening for them. And that's your primary role. You're not always going to find your prospect in the desert with a flat tire. Those are easy. And you're not always going to find the guy in the middle of downtown who's got 4 perfectly good tires who's clearly not going to buy your tire. Life happens in between. And your ability to be able to help your prospect recognize that the problem they're solving is a lot more like the person in the desert than it is the person downtown. So, focus on helping your buyer recognize that the problem is a problem that needs to be solved. The more you focus on that, the more effective that you're going to be. In fact, one of my first sales managers said to me, the buyer buys from the person that they feel best understands the problem they're trying to solve. It has nothing to do with the product you sell. Thanks for listening.